Now, I honestly want to do this reading just because I am noisy a little bit, and I'm curious. Curiosity always be killing the cats, but this time around, we're gonna hope that we're gonna get something a little bit good, even though I am skeptical about it. Because surprisingly, well, not so surprisingly actually, all the Justin Bieber readings or everything that is surrounding him always ends up with a headache or just with like a deep dive into his issues and into whatever it is that he is encountering. But this past week, I think, yeah, they announced, Justin and Haley have announced that they are expecting a child, a baby. And they got, of course, over millions of likes. And I just want to see what is the energy surrounding the soon to be parents and the happy, I guess, a little bit couple. So let us see what's coming us on Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber now. I do believe I'm going to do a separating on just, Selena and what is she thinking about this all and whatnot. Maybe. I don't really know. Oh, well, what is going on? Why is the first card happening to be a very unfocused card? Which is, showcasing that there is a lot of mental cahoot going on, lots of mental chaos, lots of unfocused energy and restless energy. You think that by putting out that announcement, there's announcing to the world that they're expecting that there is going to be just happiness swimming all over the place, or just they're just swarmed by the joy and the happiness and all the good feels. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would hope that we're gonna get so eventually, but the first card jumping out to be something like that is just telling a lot, because this is something that is kind of given very much like delusions, because trying to kind of stay afloat on a boat or on a ship that is already sinking and that has a long sailed away without its passenger or without its passengers. And it is something that is sad, but is also expected, because you just people just have to learn how to let go when they are called to let go, not when they're becoming so bruised and so broken that there is nothing there to fix for themselves or to save. And I'm hearing the J. Cole song, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. So this song is implying or is applied to both of them, because they're both each other's anchors in some sick twisted way, of course, obviously. And each one of them just is seeking the comfort of the other one, um in their own way and in their own manner, even though it's very toxic and it's very codependent and it is not healthy, because there are no proper boundaries. There is, I mean, obviously, even if there are boundaries, there are other ones that are completely violated, and there are other ones that are not so sane. The boundaries are put up there are just against, don't go into my stuff, is what I'm hearing him say. Or just like, don't look through my phone and shit like that. Just the basic ass shit, because of obviously certain stuff that he doesn't want her to see, or he doesn't want her to be aware of. There is something here about substances. There is something here about like every time I get high, I just think about you. Oh well, people are thinking that this is a fantasy, seeing this shit through like rose tinted glasses and whatnot, but it's not the truth. The truth of the matter is there is a lot that is just hiding behind all those videos and all those vows renewal thingy that they have done. There is a lot of disconnect. There is a lot of unhappiness and just wanting to try once again or one more time, and just I'm hearing like "Kiss Me Baby" one more time. I don't know if Haley listens to Britney Spears a lot, but damn, lots of Britney Spears songs are just loud in my head right now. But there is the energy of just like wanting to try, you know, wanting to try one more time, trying to just give it one more go, because why not? Maybe this could salvage something, which is kind of remind me of something that I said within one of my readings I've done on them, I've said something alongside the lines of, like we can expect something like legal that might be taking place, and this whole case with we know who has been taking place, and ever since then, people are saying that oh, I hope Justin is okay and whatnot. But okay, the legal stuff might also be something that has to do with like alimony, or just has to do with like custody and whatnot in the future. Because back then when I heard on the energy, there was just like the energy was just like, oh, they might be heading to towards divorce. They might be just heading to she's finally gonna break free. He's finally gonna learn how to find himself again, find his purpose and everything that he's been fucking singing on for so long. But of course, energy varies and energies change all the time. We can't just control that. So you can just predict something similar, or like something close to whatever it is that might take place, it might happen. And that is something, that is one of them. There might be something that's could be taking place about um legal stuff and legal matters and whatnot, contracts, stuff like that. But as I was saying, there's something here about just like wanting to start over, like wanting to try out one more time, despite the disappointments, despite the jealousy, despite the childishness that is surrounding the parents, the pettiness, the arguments, just daddy issues. Mm. Dissatisfaction, daddy issues. Oh my god, two ten of swords back to back. Yeah, trying to act like everything is fine, but nothing is fine. Nothing is fucking fine. Nothing is peachy. Nothing is as good as it looks like in pictures. It looks like in pictures and in photos. Um, it's all black and white. It's either black or it's white. There is no in between. I've said that multiple times when it comes to their marriage, that when the highs are highs, they're high, but when the lows are low, they're also fucking low. Like there is no in between, and that's it's just the extreme bipolarity within their marriage, or within their contracts, or within their whole ass connection. Because at some points, it just doesn't feel like it has some love. Because as of right now, or just as in the energy that's surrounding everything, it just doesn't feel like it's a I don't want to say it's a product out of love, because obviously you gotta at least have a little bit of love and a little bit of hope that shit might go right and might turn to the better, and not sour, or like not so sour anymore. You're not gonna just conceive a whole baby just out of boredom. But at the same time, there is going to be a lot of moves that need to be made, or like lots of changes that need to actually be shown. Because like I'm hearing her say like, okay, show me that you can be up to this responsibility. Show me that you can change. But it doesn't look like yep, doesn't look like he's changing for the better, because I do see him spending lots of money. I don't know if he's going to be splurging, like overspending and doing something alongside, like shopping retail, or just spending lots of money on lots of useless shit, or just like lots of harmful shit that is just not that is just not helping him clear out his mind and just stay clean. There's something here about like staying clean and just feeling like everything is just swarming his head right now, and feeling like everything is not as it looks like, and everything isn't going towards the right direction that he wants it to be heading towards, and going to. And of course she is not pleased. I mean, of course, I really hope and pray that she is having the most safest, healthiest possible pregnancy ever. And at times, I would say that she definitely kind of like isolates herself, especially at times like when, yep, see, Empress reverse. So, the mother ain't happy. Ain't too happy. She is not too happy. She is over caring, over giving. She tries to kind of like, that's the thing though, it's like it's at times very one-sided when it comes to them, trying to always like save the ship, trying to always just uh pull all the strings possible to not make this even worse. But it doesn't matter, because both parts have to be willing to actually go through with this. But if one part is the only one that is just trying to pull tooth and nail and just do lots of shit that is not going to be helpful, because this man needs a lot of work on himself. He needs to work on himself, and he needs to do that before he becomes a parent, because there is something here about like I don't want to become like my father. And I'm hearing the Beyonce song, if you cross me, I'm just like my father. Something about, being a cold hearted person, or like being a cold hearted father, simply because there's a lot of triggers here, and confidence is worn down, and just feeling insecure, or maybe this isn't going to work out. What if I just, spend the money and just, I'm feeding you, I'm doing this and this and that, I'm giving you this and this and that, and laying the ground and everything. But, you know, I'm not going to be as present, or he's just not gonna be as involved. I don't want to say that he will be like in the background, because I would hope not, But at the same time, he's dealing with a lot. He's very confused mentally, and he's very much lost. And whatever it is that he be taking, it doesn't make it easier on him either. So it doesn't let him just at times like think clearly. But he needs to really leave the past behind him in order for him to at least blossom a little bit, or just grow a little bit, because if he doesn't leave the past behind him, it is going to keep haunting him, and not in the nicest ways, because I can already see him like sweating and waking up at night, having some sleepless nights, and he's worried about like having a broken family. But at the same time, it's like, he's worried about all this, and his worries are all up in his head, and he's not acting out on it. Like, he's worried and everything about all that shit, but he's never going to be like telling her this out loud, because I don't know if he has pride issues, but he keeps certain shit to himself, because he doesn't want to be looked at as weak. Like, and at times it creates a lot of conflicts and issues, and kind of like arguments. It makes arguments rise between them at times, because okay, like, she's more like, okay, what can we do about it, and he's more into like, I want to talk about it. But like, she's like, okay, so he's like, I feel like this and like this and like this, and she's like, let's, do something instead, or like, what can we do, just being practical about it. Even though she tries to care for him and towards him with her love language, at times it goes on deaf ears, because that is not something that he is needing to hear at that moment, and it doesn't help. He does appreciate the effort, though. He does appreciate that, but he just does not know how to transcribe it into words and just put it there. But there is a lot of manipulation within the marriage, lies, manipulations, of course, obviously. There is something that I always say about narcissists that are insecure. He is not a total narcissist per se, but he definitely has lots of insecurities and lots of burdens that he is carrying within himself, and that he is refusing to let people see, simply because he doesn't want to give them more ammunition to just like shit on him and hit him with. But as I was saying, when it comes to this pregnancy, she's safe and sound. I am hearing that as a confirmation, which is good. Very relaxing, of course, very reassuring, because of course I would want her to have one of the safest ones possible out there. She's going to tend for the baby. She's going to be doing good, despite her feeling nervous at times and feeling like, oh, I'm doing this for the first time and everything. But at the same time, it's different, of course, because when you're babysitting other children and other kids and everything, but when you're doing this on your own and with your own kid, then it is going to be different. As of for now, the public is cheering for her and roaring with, congratulations and stuff like that. And she's seeing a good potential, and she is at least feeling at ease when it comes to the feedback, or just, when it comes to people's reactions and whatnot. But at the same time, there is that stale energy here. Oh, man. I'm sorry. There is a still energy. As I was saying before, I even started to say on this. It's all over the place, because both of them are confused, and there's a lot of confusion within the air when it comes to their marriage, and when it comes to just how they're dealing with everything surrounding the pregnancy and everything surrounding them all together now. There is a lot of stuff that keeps popping up from the past. There's something here about like, past resentments. I wonder. Oh, do I wonder if I wonder if at times like she's there's going to be some resentment is going to be harbored because of the past that keeps getting mentioned. I don't want to say because of, Selena, or because of the exes, and because of the non-stop comparisons and whatnot. I do see people that are going to be starting all different types of like comparisons when it comes to how she is going to baby her kid, or how is Selena like doing and dealing with children. And that is something that's going to be like, why do I have to deal with this? That is not my issue. That is not my thing. Why do I need to see this? There's also something here about just realizations that, her realizing that the past is going to always like catch on to the people. Is it going to catch on to her? Is it going to catch on to him? There is something here about her actually starting to speak up even more, or starting to put out clear boundaries, because I'm hearing her like, this is not going to start stressing me out. Like, you're not about to start stressing me out, as in, like, you can't start doing that, and you gotta be mindful of what you're doing, because I am with the child. I am pregnant with your kid. You can't, stop being such an asshole, or you can't be an asshole like that anymore. There's something here about how the pregnancy has kind of changed her for the better. It is, yep, it's only right, exactly, the justice. It is only right for her to actually start measuring up and leveling her head, and to know where she is standing here. Because, letting him kind of walk all over her has only done more damage than good, because there is a lot of disconnect here. Lots of disconnects, lots of discontent, lots of discontent energies and feelings, lots of discontentment, lots of feeling like, this is a lost case, or like a lost cause, or something here. But like, okay, I'm so near giving up. I can't. Like, each one of us just gotta do their own thing, or we just gotta do what we gotta do. But then hoping for a new beginning. I wonder if this was like a surprise pregnancy, or if they were trying. Could be. Let's see, were they trying to actually have a kid? Yeah, they were. There's something here about like wanting to have a kid for so long, and just, trying and trying and trying and trying, but never fully, I don't want to say like never fully succeeding, because that's harsh a little bit, but that is also the truth. Like trying and trying and trying, but now is the time. And just kind of like feeling like it's a blessing baby, trying to kind of just, okay, this is going to give us the hope, and this is going to give us the new beginning that we're aiming for. Because maybe, the court thing is just going to be a little bit delayed, until we see what is going to come out of this. Until we see what is right and what is wrong in this situation. Like, okay, but this isn't going to last long. This isn't going to last long, because it is not. I mean, of course, they're going to pour love into the kid and everything. This is something that was one of their wish coming true and stuff like that. But at the same time, it is for the wrong reasons a little bit, because instead of this kind of like bringing them closer, it is going to draw them apart, and split them up even further, because the lovers is already in reverse. There is, even if there is love and everything, it is going to be outpoured thoroughly onto the baby, or just caring for the baby, caring for the child and everything. But there's something here about just like wanting to get out there again, and just wanting to work, wanting to just run your business and everything. It's just going to create a lot of tension within the family. I feel like, oh, I gotta do this on my own. I can't just do this on my own. You gotta take care of your kid too. Like, he's your child too. I can't just keep being strong. You gotta man up too. And there's something here about her just wanting to actually work and stuff like this, or just wanting to. I hope that the postpartum stuff isn't going to hit her hard though. Oh, I hope not, because it's going to take her a little bit. She's gonna at times feel like she is caged. Like, she goes out once in a while and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like, now everything's gonna change. She definitely does read some of the shit that people be saying, and it gets at her, and it makes her, yep, it just shocks her. It just makes her feel so sad and so out of her element. And if she's going to really tune into what they're going to be saying afterwards, then it is not going to be a pretty sight, because it is going to fuck with her head a lot. People are gonna talk, people are gonna say shit, people are gonna be mean, people are gonna be hurtful. She just needs to tune out whatever it is that they're going to be saying towards her or on her or about her, because there is something here about like the more people are gonna dig into something, the more they're going to kind of be close to kind of just like scratch a little bit of the cloudiness that is around the truth that they're trying so hard to hide. Like they're trying so hard to hide the heartbreak. They're trying to hide, how hard they've been doing this or how hard they've been trying to maintain this marriage, like giving it chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And now this is the golden opportunity. Like this is one chance that is before the last one, quite literally, before shit blows over and trying to control the narrative. There is something here about what Beyonce said. Whoever controls the media controls the mind, and that is something that they're literally abiding by and living by. So yeah, there's a lot of anxiety, lots of stress. Oh man, it's always something. It is always something going on there with them together. Of course, more money, more opportunities to monetize shit, to work, to do everything, but there is a lot of toxicity surrounding the relationship as a whole. You think that the baby is going to be bringing them closer and everything, but there is a lot of red flags within the whole marriage, and the whole conceiving thing is actually like of course, wanting to. It's kind of like the lemonade era with Beyonce and Jay-Z trying to have a baby or just like having one in hopes, exactly, in hopes to heal what is broken, amending everything and making amends and just reconciliating fully and just trying to revive everything and just having those vows again, taking those vows again and renewing everything, trying to do it that way and stuff. But is it going to last though? For quite a bit, for quite a while, but no, because there's a lot of indecision, lots of sadness, a lot of bigger problems that they're not focusing on, since they're just focusing on one detail for now, like one thing, and just really ignoring everything else that is going on around the picture. Let's see what else can we get before I just wrap this up. What else can we get about Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber? I keep forgetting that they're like having the same last name, so they're just saying about Justin and Hailey. So as of for now, she's standing strong. She is enjoying her pregnancy. She's enjoying herself, and just really confidence in just keeping her head up and trying to enjoy everything so quietly and just looking at everything and how it's moving. But she is not happy. Lots of heartbreak, lots of sadness, lots of insecurities, no passion, boredom. She's a Sagittarius, right? That is her energy. Lots of boredom, just feeling like, I just gotta do something. But what can I do? Feeling unfair, feeling angry over how everything is just not going out the way she wants it to go. Just trying to trust her intuition more and trying to pour into herself, because she is no one better than to try to stress herself out because of his impulsive behavior and because of the way he is acting. She's leaving everything up to time, even though she knows that this shit is standing on no proper ground and on shaky walls. There's a lot of issues within the home, trying to act like everything is fine, but it's not. But trying to keep the facade up. But there's a lot of like mental abuse. See, just like the noise in here, so is the sun. There's a lot of mental abuse, lots of just mental gymnastics, trying to just do everything and just feel like whatever. Like at this point, it's just a fucking collaboration. It's just something like teamwork, a partnership at this point, rather than just you know a marriage or something of that sort. And he likes to play lots of mind games too. Like he's doing all this and all that, but at the same time, it's like you're not fully present here. You're saying all this, you're doing all this, but you're not here. I don't feel you. Like you're here near me and everything, but I don't feel you. That is her energy. And it's just going to keep getting, yep, it's gonna keep getting like that, keep getting worse, and he's not gonna regret this until later on, until he misses out on everything, and until she is not fully invested, and until she is turning her back on him. That is when he's going to realize that, she's moving forward and I am not there, and that is going to frustrate him this is going to be frustrating him and angering him and gonna make him start to act out. But like, you're a bit too late for that now. You know, you're a bit too late for that now. Lots of burdens, regrets, imbalance, insatiable, just desire for just wanting everything all at once. Lots of anger, lots of unfairness, lots of guilt, lots of regrets, lots of feelings. Just like, oh fuck, what did I do? You know, the one person who was in my corner who was just here through us all and everything screwed us over too. Lots of heartbreak and sadness. So yeah, it's not a pretty sight there too, but they're both stubborn in their own ways. And let's hope that they at least get to I would say that they at least get to kind of bring a child into a world full of healing for a while until she just gets flipped over and it is filled with just fucking sadness and just insecurities all over the place, and all those raw emotions and impulses and just the shit that they be dealing with. I would hope that it doesn't affect everything, but it's gonna hit a dead road, and eventually she gotta do what she gotta do. She gotta do what she gotta do instead of just jamming to Summer Walker and just trying to be like, well, not nothing much on Summer Walker's. I love her, but trying to just put all the subliminal shit like that and just do all the shit that she be doing, all the extra jazz instead, and just really put herself first because she deserves it. Because if not, she's going to regret it afterwards too. Like, she's gonna regret missing out on herself and not caring for herself like that, and she's gonna regret just wasting a lot of her time and just being hesitant and not act out on her raw needs and her raw wants instead, and just putting out his needs and his wants first instead of hers, and that's going to create lots of tension too. But me, ow, fuck, sorry, I hit my nail. But yeah, I hope that everything just turns out to be better, and I hope that at least everything just turns out to be good for them and all right. But we're going to see what's gonna happen. But until then, this is the Justin and Hailey Bieber tarot reading and just updates on how everything is going on around the pregnancy and surrounding that matter as a whole. And I'll meet you in another reading. Bye bye.